Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. Man, it feels good when I get to get back on here and tell my story. I'm a little late. Mentally, I'm stuck on, I'm sorry, I had to close my eyes for a second for a reason, but from laughing, I'm stuck on bingo or big go, and I'm also stuck on Facebook. So we got Facebook double timing, if it's really double timing. And I wanted to say from the heart, it means a lot to me to be able to see some strong women that done came many places, you know, and be able to work with them. And I'm going to read from the script and then elaborate in clusters as AI would, right? Or we do. So give me a second. Okay, we begin with, hey everyone, welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show, which is actually the Kimberly Cloud Show 2.0. Saying that, I have to make a joke, you ladies and gentlemen out there. It made me think of my life. I asked God, I said, am I doing that? It was a character, not a character, but a young whippersnapper who, I want to make y'all laugh now. He got New Month, is his title, and he got 330, 331 people is watching him sit there in a room. Now, we all like to jazzy up our rooms, our accomplishments, what our goals are, or what people mean to them. But he is just sitting in a room like New Month, and 331 people is watching him. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I saying wrong to not have 300 to just sit there? Y'all not getting the picture. Hold on. Listen, before I want y'all all to get the joke. And then I had to question my own ethical standpoint because I'm like, New Month, and you're sitting there in a room with nothing, no quest, no drive, just sitting there. And 300, it's like, what is he doing? Like, people are guessing, playing the game. What else can he be doing? Is he writing? Is he using the elliptical? What is he doing? Because no one knows. It's a freaking riddle. But we know he has nothing behind him. He's not going to an event. He's just in a room. New Month. That's his title. That's as far as he could get. And then I asked myself, I said, I have been saying the same spill. I could, get 3, 4 people to interview. However, I have a plan. This individual with no drive, and it's sad to see, have New Month. Like, I was laughing off camera because I can't believe the stuff I've seen. And it's nothing bad that Big Go do. It's the fact that I'm seeing what's out there with male counterparts, their creativity, what they really about. And most of them, if I had to cluster them, which leads me to the ending and about you, Boise State, but most of them are either gay, have makeup on, doing their nails better than me. It's sad to see my people not have no drive for nothing, and when they do, when they get a little power, they feel it. And it's like, what would you do with your power if someone told you the truth about yourself? Would you abuse it just to show them, hey, look, I can do this to you? Or would you be thankful that someone has told you the truth and not a lie? But these are the unfair practices that the left had, and they affected real people, especially students and veterans like myself. I was affected so greatly. If it wasn't for God, real God, God, you know, His Spirit, I don't think I mentally would have made it. I don't think I would. This isn't a friend or any of that, but it wasn't nothing. It wasn't that I was about to commit suicide. A lot of there go look new month. There go your thinking. It's not that I was about to commit suicide. I had too much to live for. Is that you know I I want to make sure that it was hard for me. It was hard for me, but I was never at a point, even in Seattle, where I wanted. Now, I just, for some reason, felt alone. That's you said. But in itself, I learned, now that I fast forward to here, that, my mistakes, what I've grown from. I may still cuss, yes, and say stuff that is boil the brim of a pot over partially, but I'm a pretty cool person, and if I offended, I'm sorry. But if you're trying to cut my throat because of my love for one president and God, then there's a problem. And my inspiration in the things he do to help this country, that's it. But I wanted you guys to know that I learned a lot from some good people. Recently, I visited Northwest Nazarene. I hope I didn't do Nazarene or Nazarene. I never heard y'all say it, but you did welcome me and greet me in a more formal manner. So Northwest Nazarene University in Nampa, Idaho. It was such a beautiful sight. I mean, look at all those people, with goals. I mean, it. I'm looking like I'm looking. I came as I was. That's a. I want to say either Christian or Catholic. I want to lean more towards Christian school. I wanted to focus on some type of divinity, Christian masters. But the only problem is that I didn't have two references, and I didn't want to put one person through that, and then I need another reference. That's one thing I should suggest the VA could do, is to do like a generic reference, because everybody, all the bad people and the good people know that number by heart. So I'm saying all they got to do is call, not saying that this place was bad, but the scammers, but they know the number, and they call and they say, hey, did you send out this letter for this soldier or veteran? And they're like, yeah. So, too easy, right? That would be a great suggestion. It's not saying I'm better than anyone. It's just saying that a lot of veterans would need that, because some veterans are alone. Or am I the only one alone? Anyway, this university was pretty cool, and it had like good people, like just quiet. It was quiet as crap. And then for some reason it looked like they went back to the past, changed the infrastructure. Cause I said I could have sworn I came off that side. I wish to see the video if I ever become president way in the future. Like, I wish to see that video, because I swear that's how deep and intense my passion is. Because I'm like, I walked from one section past, I was almost to the library. And then I went into the, this is a key word. You know it. You should know it. 20 years. I forgot the name of it, but I went there and spoke with some wonderful ladies who walked me over past an old movie theater, which was a long walk, like a 9-minute walk, and spoke with another lady like that at a Christian organization or university, should I say. That's an honor in itself. I didn't feel nothing. There's no punchline I've said, and I've talked about plenty of people. And there's no punchline to the warmth and the embrace and the humbleness and the talent that these women possess. They are brilliant women, and I don't even care about whether it was like an all white school. No one did anything. No one, I didn't even hear no one laugh. No one even, it just was oh, I didn't even feel nervous. I felt that, you know, I hope nothing but the best, and may God bless them. That's what I felt. And they were all nice. And they helped me back to my car, because they went in the past and put a building up and said, we must show her our flowers. And they go by a falcon. I think it's a falcon. I hope I'm getting this right. Some type of foreign word that I never seen. And I seen it before I came there. Like, he's like, I'm letting you pass. Just remember that. Red dot on his neck. Very different bird. I said it on my off show, being Bigo, that I saw it on the way over there, or I was on Facebook. And I'm like, wow, pretty cool. A bird gets much respect. And it's always about a bird. So you gotta respect the bird. You know what's pretty cool about birds that they don't say before I continue? I don't know if it's different breeds or not. It's the birds around my way, because it's not the hood. I'm far from that. But the birds around my way, they be talking to each other. And you know the pretty cool thing that they could possibly do that I think they do? I think they scan people be just talking. Just imagine having a speaker, a birdie, and people are just talking. You hear a bunch of noises, honest noises, factual noises of people talking. And you got this one black girl, just after when you talk, it's a pattern. She's answering and saying something. She's answering and saying something. So that's out of the pattern of the bunch of people within their buildings that are talking. It's an abnormal pattern. So then it's like they stop talking for a bit. And I'm like, I'm like, whoa, look it up. That would be pretty cool if they had that, right? Pattern recognition. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, some people are sadistic to run them over, but they're pretty cool when they just in the street and you like the ravens used to sit up there and I say, get out the street. I used to yell at them and they take their sweet time. And I'm like, wow. But they're pretty cool. Nevermore. And all of them. And being introduced to new bird wildlife. I don't have to go to the tropicals or anything, even though I know they got beautiful birds too. I'm being introduced to birds that I've never seen in my life. That's a pretty cool thing, which leads me back to you, university. Um, I believe that you are an amazing university, and I thank y'all, and I want to close that. So, I was thankful to see the campus, yeah. And even though my goal was to get into the program, I just I decided to choose another path for now, which means that even though I wanted to choose this beautiful subject of Christianity, master of that, that's everybody, every Christian that's passionate about their studies want to go to that school. I would have been competing with those type of people, and I was fine with that because that meant I would have had to study extra harder, learn through Grok, and just the gaps and the holes between the dialect and the education that you know is out there. Because for some time, the Christ family just it's like they went blank for a little bit. As they went underground and then it began again. That's what I learned. Am I wrong? It was just splendid to learn about. See, I'm sorry. It was just splendid to learn about y'all. Like seriously. My interest really, I looked y'all up and beautiful God's creations, man, just treat me with respect. So I gotta say this, and I got some free ornaments. I was thankful to see the campus, even though my goal was, hold on. I'm keeping the details of the college, even though I kind of said the college, and I'll gladly say the college. Anybody that can pull together students and pull together a college from however long. I need to look that up. And manage to get a master's program in with almost 10 majors. Pull that kind of money in when you pulling in money from the education department. Your school must mean something and be on the map some reason why. Now, do you see what I'm saying, y'all? I think of you just as equally important as a college like Yale. And I would love to go to Yale. Yale has not done me wrong yet. However, if I never reach there, I would like to speak there. They have on a spectrum more qualifications like a GMAT and 2 references, and that's if they want you in. Now I could sit up there and get a certificate from Coursera for Yale, possibly, or take a certificate program, but I don't want a certificate program. I want a master's. That's how I feel. I love that. Learning. Colorado Technical University. I love to learn. What can I say? If I'm not doing something, I'm doing something, even when I'm sitting down, doing something. I'm not putting down new month. I'm not telling you what I'm going to do, you know, right now. I kind of told y'all in this spill, you know, but I think you're suitable, and I don't look down on anyone. I was going to keep them secret. I don't care about the retaliation. School makes me happy, and keep their school away would be like horrendously wrong. The woman I spoke with, oh, yeah. When was this? Oh, yeah, I remember it. God, so many women. Dang. The woman I spoke with she was extremely cool and helpful. Together, my rough draft said all three, and I won't name them all, but one of them changed, and I was meaning all the women, however it came, whatever it was. But now it's a new type of area, so, but together we can work towards getting me into that university when the time is right. God instructed me to call the VA education department, and I want to tell all you veterans out there some real stuff, what I learned. Let's say you did one stint and got an honorable discharge. This has been a secret, and I'm glad and willing to tell and share with you the secret, if it will help you. If you put money, I think, while you were in the service into your Montgomery, because you had to choose one or the other, and I had to choose post 9/11. But if you put like money, however long you were in, some of y'all stayed in 6 years your first time, then you can get money back when you finish your post 9/11, the money you put into it. So I will find out if you are eligible. People are like, what do we do? 1-800. I'm about to give you AT&T phone number instead. Because I don't even, how do I know? 827-1000. Okay, okay, okay. 1-800 827-1000. And then I filed a formal complaint against the University of Maryland Global Campus for unfair practices. I was mistreated there, and it was clearly politically motivated. It was either motivated out of hate, rage, anger, fear. I went to VA.gov. I submitted a detailed complaint and requested my money back from the college. They asked me what I want. I want my money back. And then I want, on top of that, I don't even want to see the money. I just wanted to go back so that I won't have to pay that. It's not about that. This was rightfully wrong, fully wrong. Y'all put me through hell. Hell, man. I understand a challenge. You like, a normal, reasonable challenge is the guy that was in the Iran mountains that we were looking for, and he went up unreasonable territory that was reasonable for the reasonable purposes of his height, weight, and description and what he does. This crap 2 semesters ago had no reasonable information or logic thinking. Like, why did a teacher go a whole month without talking to me? And I'm talking to Ashley Smith, and you know, she's like, well, did you it's always her saving the day at the last minute. Did you ask, like, second guess myself, did you ask the teacher to do this? And then he does it, and it gets done, and I don't ever have to talk to her for that means of times. Like, it was just sad. What were you thinking? Was it new month for y'all? Like, why did y'all do me like that? I deserve to know an answer, and I will ask the courts to understand and see my true thought process. It's not about whether I want to do some harm, because it's not like that. I have to sit up there and defend myself every time I talk like this. It's not about that. It's about seeking justice through the right channels. You wasted my year. I could have been at Colorado Technical. I was supposed to go to Yale. I wanted to go to Yale. And had I got their second master, it would look even better. And now I got a W. Now I'm suspended for 2 years. You couldn't let me have the masters, could you? The next step is to file a complaint with FAFSA, which I'm about to do after I get off of here. And I'm still waiting on the sheriff office in Clinton, Maryland, which my uncle used to live there, to serve the university with a summons. They said it would take about 3 weeks. I'm handling things quietly in the background, and God is moving me forward as long as I stay on the straight and narrow. I also had a good partial conversation with Boise State University, another solid college. Thank you. I was going to try their artificial intelligence program. I really wanted to do that. Same with Nazareth. I think they got one coming out too. I could do computer science, but oh my God, I may change up the major. Holy shit. Like, I don't know. I would love to learn more about computers and coding, but I would probably have to have a bachelor's or have some knowledge of that. You can't just say, hey, I want to do this. You got social work. You got to have a degree in social work. You got psychology. You have to have a bachelor's in psychology. If I literally do computer science, artificial intelligence is a different one, but kind of the same. They know the code of the code of the code that the code makes, of the code, the history behind all the code. There was a black lady from NASA who did a lot of coding. They called her the human calculator or computer. Crazy. Mm. But I appreciated Boise State. They called me, they kept in contact. I gladly paid the $60. Um, just every time I pass their university, I get a sense of calmness. Yeah. I told the VA the full truth about what happened at UMGC. I have court coming up soon, plus another flight to Seattle. Because of all this, I need to take a little time off to get acclimated with my schedule. I know some people like that, that's only 2 things, but I'm already missing out on things right now because I'm online. I just want y'all to know that um, the day must go on. I need a little time to get acclimated to my schedule. There's so much happening behind the scenes that I need to finish. Interviewing people is my specialty. I do it with great inspiration, whether it's on air or genuinely in person. There's something special about connecting face to face. Sometimes I get annoyed, sometimes I argue, sometimes I advocate strongly, but that doesn't make me an ugly person. It just means I'm a real person who deals with mental health issues. I never claimed to be perfect. I've never said I wanted to harm anyone. Everyone has said things in anger before. The question is, are we talking about the honorable kind of dead, like President Trump uses, when he means justice with minimum damage? Like that. Oh, they coming over here with boatloads trying to kill the kids. Oh, I don't want to, I don't want to harm them. Just let them kill, like, I think it's 250,000 people. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Do that. Hold on. I let them come over here. Like, what the heck? Or does it mean it's like Scarface dead? But he was just moving up, and when he got really huge, he forgot about everybody. He was just like, he didn't care no more. Everybody is looking to be like that Scarface. You need to admire Scarface as a way to want to make money in a good way. But if you have to act like an actor that is made up character which had true events, then something isn't wrong with your logic. Is, and it isn't with me. There's a big difference. I'm conscious now. I don't want to say woke. I can, yeah, they're woke. You said it. They never want to sleep. The real ones never want to sleep. At least Elon Musk says he sleeps. Everybody be saying forget sleep. You got these young whippersnappers that are listening to that filth saying, I don't want to sleep. They're between the ages of 13 and 15 online. Now that shit was not funny. It got me so, especially in the not angry, fitful, like I want to destroy something rage, but it got me so worked up that my next banana was, do y'all know what that is? And my arm was like pulling because I was feeling so much hurt as I was saying, how are y'all even on this freaking platform? You don't even do something creative. Do it with your family. Maybe y'all can come together and learn something, but maybe mom out or dad's out or both of them out. And he shouldn't even have the time. He should be in school. Do it in school, or if you're gonna do it at home, say, look, I'm doing my homework, niggas. Don't be with that, and then more upbeat things. Marco Rubio was like, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's another good metaphor. Is that like Marco Rubio when he says, if you better check yourself before you wreck yourself to Iran? Like, really? And then I call Iran, like, because Iran keeps saying, you can have anything you want, but we need, you know, nuclear capabilities. I call them some bitty boppers. And I seen that freaking video of police officers in New York that's going to be bad. That's the worst police officers. I mean, the greatest police officers, but the worst mental health area. If you want to come on, you better make sure you know what you're doing. And DC too. And they're just going storming. They're storming the police. Like, I couldn't dream of having that illogical thinking to storm the police. Iran and other countries there, and they're stopped. They're stopped with a gate, a silver gate, which means stop, don't go. And they're pushing you back, and you're pushing too. What is wrong with that picture, America? They're saying no. They're saying yes. They're going to have fucked up problems. They're going to have mental health problems. That's a scary thing. That's the same thing that was going to happen in DC. And Biden would have been downstairs in the basement. I call Iran a bitty bopper. No one has created that except me. Like these bitty boppers. He was like, bitty boppers. Seriously. They're sitting up there coming to our country like, oh, messed up stuff, man. There's good ones. But holy crap. That's the first time I had to do that. But they're coming to our country, the bad ones, causing chaos within our country. And it's not a good thing. Their noise, like Kevin O'Leary said, Elon Musk is like either 90 or 100% noise and like 10% sound or something, or static or whatever. You just imagine that noise equal just he's going like a computer, and he saves some time for himself It's a sad thing when you can't be near a person or you need a bodyguard and you're trying to save humanity and people that can't even fathom the, what he has accomplished in his will. I know he still have unknown properties, and that's what an AI is supposed to do, find the unknown. Sort of like a dog in search, a bloodhound in search for a criminal. They go and search the unknown, or right now, what is known on this world, but in government, because they're connected to the government. Maybe what would you do with that type of thing? What would you do with OpenAI? Would you deceive it ever? You know, the images I get to see when I get to see them, you know, are so amazing. That is something that some people don't even care to see. So Jasmine Crockett being one of them, don't even care to know, even though her degree is in JD law. She don't even care to know what Elon Musk is doing. Her mind is on for that 15 minutes of fame that she got. F him. I mean, imagine someone like Jasmine Crockett with the fabric of reality in her hand. Or imagine someone like Elon Musk with the fabric of reality in his hand. You know, as much as he's out of space, right? It's theoretical, right? Come on. That's another thing I wanted to go to their school for, you know, but wow. What two different people, two different mindsets. So don't question people that go out of space about what is readily available on the web that but could be fake, like what the FBI said they found about a person was fake, readily available on the web about a hotel room that was on the web as real. But when they searched, there was no room. And there's a bunch of FBI agents that's like, yeah, that's true. That's cold blooded, man. But yeah, man, like, it's crazy. Um, Here we go, finish it. I am conscious now. I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. God, please don't ever say finish it. Well, let me just shut up. Anyway. Because it could mean many of things. But my first thought, y'all, was when Mortal Kombat guy, and he was the instigator. The Mortal Kombat guy instigated us. He made us desensitized. And if you know your limits, and if you know how to filter that, you'd be better off, you know, but it does something to some young children that, you know, it's like finish him. And they're like, okay, 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 okay. And then it start like that. And then it started you learning combos and shit just to throw them in the pool, Baraka in the pool or some crap like that. You know, it was crazy, man. You're like, I know this new move. I'm like, how you learn that in the ghetto? How we learn that? How you get the code to the moves? I think it was through school because we had no book for that. I don't think. But anyway, I'm conscious now. I breathe a sigh of relief because I'm finally being watched by good people. This morning got a little weird, or yesterday morning, but I recovered quickly with sharper thinking I've developed. I am proud of myself today, yesterday. Despite some hiccups, yesterday was a good day. And today, I hope everyone can see why I haven't been on here right away. There's an urgency, but I also have to move with wisdom and care. Cool, right? It's cool. I think I did good. What do y'all think? Not even a like. Nothing. It's okay. I've done worse. Um, I wasn't anticipating it happen, but I'm getting some pretty good people. You know, it's a new month. It's a new month, y'all. Mm-hmm. I'll see y'all guys later. Make sure your new month do your new month and not the same damn thing.